All right, bro beans, after some very annoying Tampa traffic, we're going to go hit legs. I don't know what it's going to be like, though we did get out of work a little early today, so it's not as packed, but I'll see you inside. Didn't really turn out like I thought, but at least we got the seated hamstring curl, so we're going to do 4 sets of this. Something's not feeling right in my right knee. No, that's okay. Mulligan. All right. Oh, good warm up. We'll stay there. Maybe we'll go up in weight, but again, trying to go higher on the reps, especially with legs, because I've noticed that with higher reps, shit like burns way more. I get a much better pump from higher reps on legs. So, and I've been trying to do this kind of style of training lately. Just focus on higher repetitions, lower weight, just to see what changes, that we notice. If anything, I'm sure we'll notice something, but something different. I moved the seat up to better align with my knees. Okay. Yeah, we'll go up a little bit in weight.
Bitches know I got the vendetta. Rolling up the letter, suicidal pen letters. Gone and roll the credit, swerving in a Chevy, ready to land them hollow points. I'm coming for the fetty. I hate the
Jesus. That's burning. One more set of this. And I'm probably going to move on to maybe the leg extension. Not that one, though. That one sucks. A lot of double X chromosome motivation today. Let's clean this shit off. Oh my God. All right, guys, the only thing that you could reliably plan for is that shit's not going to go according to plan. So we're going to do lunges instead, forward and back twice. Not too shabby. Ooh, shabby. May have spoken a little too soon. Okay. Not too bad. That wasn't too terrible. So we'll do another one. Minimal rest. I train the pain by draining cake. I aim to rain, my vein is stained. I say the same, I never change. But pop champagne, I make okay. I stay away from passion. Works every time. You're alive. Woo! All right, we'll probably do another one. That wasn't too bad. This was getting a little interesting. All right. Bring it back. Okay. All right, now I'm starting to wobble a little bit. Whew. All right, now let's do something else. Yo, we should, after this leg extension, my quad should be hella pumped. Because they are from that, and like this is just, and we're gonna do them one leg at a time. I don't like to do things this way normally, but last time we did this, it felt kind of interesting. And kind of could work out any imbalances that way. So wow, holy Christ. All right, maybe we'll actually go up a little, well, go down one more weight, just get a couple more reps out and not have it be so strenuous on the knee. We'll do 2 more sets. Oh my God. Wow. Jesus, that burns. Woo. Oh my Lanta. Okay, let's be done with this. Oh. Okay, we're gonna do some good old-fashioned Romanian deadlifts. Really good for the hamstrings, glutes, posterior chain. Cheers to make sure that we are keeping that bar close to our shins. Not bad. Holy Christ for a first set. Thinking 3 more. 3 more. Woo! A little excessive, didn't need to do that, but Jesus, dude. Woo! These are very hard. Ouch. Alright, let's be done with this. Jesus. Alright, calf extensions on the leg press. I like doing these on here way more than any other machine because I can really load up the weight, get a decent stretch, and yeah, for this again, higher reps, I found that to kind of feel better, get more of a burn, more of a pump in the calves. So we're gonna do this. We might add a little bit of weight, but not too crazy. I think we're gonna add a 25 on each side. Go up a little bit, should be good. One thing to consider for more well-rounded calf development is that when we're doing these, we can push through our big toe and our pinky toe. And I think it's probably a good idea to do about half of both. So mix it up in there, because it's gonna feel different and activate different parts of your calf. And that's just gonna be something you're not gonna be able to see it, but you just have to try it out. So we went down the reps, but I'm okay with that. That wasn't too bad. We're still in our range that we're trying to work in, so I'm happy with that. 2 more sets. Oh my God. Ooh, I feel that all the way down. 1 more. Jesus Christ. Little safety tip. I always hold these instead of the handles in case for some reason this weight comes crashing down. At least it's gonna hit these stops right here instead of if I have it open and I'm holding down here, it can come all the way down. And I'm working with a lot of weight on essentially my ankles. I don't really want to do that, so. Woo! Oh, right, let's clean this off and put this away because we're not a degenerate that doesn't put our shit away. That took of all of what? A minute and a half? Definitely not ideal, but it seems to be the place to be right now. Ooh. Now I can't really see. I think next time, next time we'll do squats. It seems to be like I just do every other leg day. I'll do squats, but yeah, I don't really think we're gonna get much better than this. So I'll meet you in the car. Yo, fuck that thing right there. All right, guys, another leg day in the books, and I was just sitting here thinking like, man, what could I talk about? Because I don't always have something just like, oh, I should talk about this. And then I started thinking of like, I mean, I can say how many times can I share what helped me before it just becomes, annoying or like repetitive. But I thought about the idea of excuses and effort and the idea of like, I guess really excuses and like people saying, I can't, I don't have the time. I don't have the time. Most people want the results, but they just don't have the time. And what I found is that you can certainly create some time. It's not the fact that you don't have time. It's the fact that you're not prioritizing the time that you do have to do the things that you actually want to do, to accomplish the things you actually want to accomplish. One thing, like I work a full-time job, and actually I was supposed to be I say supposed to be, but we needed to stay late tonight for teacher conferences. I wound up pausing the recording when I caught y'all falling, and I didn't know I could do that. But we're supposed to stay late tonight, and granted, I didn't have any what I do, it doesn't make sense for me to be there. So I was able to get to the gym a little bit early. So I wasn't sure if I was going to go, but I found a way to go. And like, basically what I'm trying to say is that I work Monday through Friday, 7 to basically 4. And I'm able to find time in the day to set aside an hour to 2 hours to go to the gym. And that includes recording and everything. So if you're just like, I don't really care about any of that. I don't want to do that. You're new, you're just trying to get in there. Dude, that's even less time. And what I want to highlight is that, dude, even like, I get it. Like you work all day and you're tired, or, maybe you just want to go home, and like, yeah, people have different responsibilities and whatnot. But really at the end of the day, if you want it, you could find the time. At the end of the day, not having time is just a convenient excuse that it's like our scapegoat, our ace. Oh, why didn't you do this? I ain't got the time, But anybody that's been going through it, or like has gone down this path, or really any path to like success, or achieving something that maybe most people don't, is that, I mean, they got the time, They just started prioritizing, what it is they wanted to accomplish and use their time for that, you know. And I will say, I watch a lot of YouTube. I love YouTube much more than like, I'm not really a big Netflix Hulu person, but like, what do you want to do more? Like, what would yield you better results in the long run? Getting home after work and then throwing on the boob tube and just, you know, I don't know. I feel like most people would rather listen to reruns of The Office while they do nothing, scroll on their phone. They'd rather do that than like spend 45 minutes to an hour at the gym bettering themselves, becoming healthier versions of themselves. You know, it's tough. I get it. You're tired, but you know what? Like down the road, get older, gets because you haven't been doing these things, it gets harder to do those things. And then when your body's not really responding the way you want it to, you start moving slower. Now this hurts. Oh man, this feels a little tight here. And then before you know it, dude, it's hard to do literally anything. And I don't really think that is the path that you want to choose. Now, if you're at that point, I'm not saying like it's all downhill from there, because we can correct at any point. That's the thing. We have the power to change what we are doing and correct. But the point of that is like, yeah, setting time aside a couple times a week. You don't have to go as often as I do or as often as some other people do. You don't. It's not your career or anything, but you could probably find some time three times a week to do something active, right? That might be hard, but the life that you would live without those things, I almost guarantee you will be harder, and you'll be kicking yourself wishing that you would have moved more when you were younger. Because again, like, you know what we could all find the time to do something that's like actually good for us, because we spend so much time doing stuff that we don't enjoy, because not everybody loves their job. You spend a third of your life working and like it's doing something that you don't enjoy. You might as well carve out some time, take care of yourself, because you take care of yourself, your body, your mind, it makes everything else more enjoyable. And then the shit that you don't enjoy actually does become a little bit more tolerable. You have a better mood, you know? And I get like if you battle depression or, you know, anxiety or whatever, it can be really hard to just get the motivation to do those things. But speaking from experience, uh, you may never get the motivation. Do you really want to, put all your chips and bet on the fact like, all right, when motivation strikes, that's it. That's when we're going to do it. I would not place that bet. I have placed that bet before, and almost every single time that has not really panned out for me. We kind of have to do it, and then sometimes we get motivated while we're there. Sometimes we don't. But it kind of is motivating. Think about this. People keep up like a Snapchat streak forever. Why? Because they don't want the streak to die. The gym can be kind of the same. You went to the gym 3 times this week. Nice. The next week, we went 3 times. That's 2 weeks in a row. Then 3 weeks. And then you kind of like get closer. You're like building and building and building and building. And then you don't really want to let it go. It's kind of the same thing. Yeah. Kind of just lost my train of thought, but it is what it is. I feel like you kind of get the gist of what I'm saying. You, 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 you. That's the great thing about these videos. Like the bloopers are in the content itself. But anyhow, the idea of time and being busy. We're all busy, but you know what? No one is as busy as they say they are. Some people are, but the majority are not, you know. And I just want you, you watching this video to like, I don't know, maybe realize like, yo, you can have the shit that you want. You just got to go get it. And that sounds easy. It sounds like, oh, okay, yeah, no problem. Yeah, I'll just go do that. It's not this grandiose thing. It's like the little things that add up over time that really get you the result that you want. But we can't ever do that if we're not willing to do those things, those little things to get us there. And part of that is setting aside the time. You know, I found like that, having that like sacred time for you is like super important. Like when I was in real estate and I was doing jujitsu, my thing was like, okay, I'll do whatever, show houses, you know, all the early morning. You want to do that? Fine. Afternoon, fine. But I'm not going to show a house near or at the time that I had jujitsu. That was one thing. And I wasn't going to answer anything. That was my time to just do the thing that I wanted to do. That was my time for me. And that became very much sacred to me. And like having those things where it's like a guaranteed, like I can just do what I want, that actually went a long way. And I found that, you know, most people were pretty respectful of that. You know, they never really had a problem with it. You know, we have to create those boundaries and like carve out that time. It's okay. You know, some people feel like they can't, like, they don't ever get any time off, or, you know, you're constantly doing stuff for other people, but never get to do stuff for them. No, I mean, to an extent, that's true, but realize that you're the one doing it. It's not them, it's you. You're the one doing that because you have to put that boundary in place. You have to carve out that time. If you're just giving all of your time away to every little thing, then yeah, no wonder why you don't have the time. You didn't really enforce that boundary. You didn't create that boundary. You know, and that can be tough because, you know, maybe we grew up thinking that, well, we can't really have boundaries, you know. Maybe when you were younger, you tried to state a boundary or say something wasn't okay or you weren't happy with something, and either like a parent, family member, or like maybe your friends just didn't really seem to care and they just did it anyway or whatever, you know. That happens enough, and then you learn like, oh, okay, well, I don't have boundaries, so you basically live at the whim of, you know, the whim and beck and call of other people and their needs. And you know what? Want to know where that gets you? You'll drive yourself into the ground like a lawn dart doing that. You will burn yourself out hella fast. Hella fast. So then, when you're in that state, it's like, no wonder why you don't feel like you have the time to do anything. You're just so mentally spent that you can't even fathom the idea of going and doing something that's going to require your attention. But you know what? That might be the one thing that you need. You got to start reclaiming that time back. You know, I've been reading books, finance books actually, but one of the things, and it's called, I forget the author, but it's The Psychology of Money. But one thing that's universally found, you know, at, you know, various income levels and whatnot, but people really, what really makes a difference is people having their own agency over how they spend their time, getting to do the things that they want to do when they want to do them for however long they want to do them. That's basically the idea of like what financial independence offers, and that's not really necessarily tied to like a specific high dollar amount. It's just how you live and support yourself. But the whole point of that is like being able to use our time for what we want will make us happier. Okay? So part of that time, if you're not claiming it for you and stuff that you want to do, you got to do it. It might be weird. You might be very resistant to it. You might not think you're able to do it or that you're bad or wrong for doing it. But I'm telling you, you have to do it. And Jesus, what is going on here? But you have to. You have to. Because no one else is going to do it for you. But I think that's enough for that rant. Kind of went all over the place. But hey, that's kind of how things go here. So it is what it is. Tomorrow, we're back to chest and back, which over the past 2 chest back days have been pretty damn solid. So kind of eager to see how that goes. Might be at the other gym. Just because that one, I came to this one specifically because the other one sucks for legs. So we were able to do legs here. We got a little bit more flexibility with chest back. So I don't know where we're going to be, but that's where we're heading tomorrow. But yeah, but as always, if you liked the video, give it a like. If you made it this far, I appreciate you watching. There's nothing like creating a video, putting it out there, and then really no one even sees it, especially when you start putting more time and whatnot. Can be very defeating, but hey, idiots don't stop, so I'm going to be an idiot. But regardless, thank you. Remember to subscribe. See that 70% of the people that watch these videos aren't subscribed. It's free. Like, why not? Just costs nothing. If you found anything helpful in this video, boop, takes 2 seconds. But help support the journey that we're on. But regardless, I'll see you tomorrow for chest and back. Remember to stay beautiful and that you are loved. And I will see you mañana.